Hi everybody, welcome to Ecodriver. My name is Helmut. In this video we take a look at the Jeep Compass 4xe. This is the plug-in hybrid. I want to find out how far we can get in electric mode only, and hopefully I can also show you how to get the maximum range out of it. We have a battery size of 11.4 kilowatt hours gross. The electric motor delivers 44 kilowatts, 60 horsepower. The unladen weight is 1,835 kilograms or 4,037 pounds. The range given by Jeep and according to WLTP is 46 kilometers, 28.4 miles. The car tells me here an electric range of 50 kilometers, 30.9 miles. We do a loop between two cities, you see it here, with speeds of up to 100 kilometers an hour or 62 miles per hour, and a nice mix of city traffic and open road. I will also do a second test for this car. It's the fuel economy test with empty battery on the Ecodriver loop, which tells us more about the efficiency of the drivetrain. You find the link below in the description box or at the end of this video. I keep the cameras on for the full first loop to give you an idea under what kind of circumstances this test is done, and also to show you how efficient driving can be done. I hope you enjoy the ride, the weather and the scenery. We are coming to the end of the first lap, and here we see a remaining range of 38 kilometers with 18.8 kilometers covered. That looks good for my attempt to pass the 50 kilometers pure electric distance. One good thing with this car is that if you are in pure electric mode, the petrol engine stays off, no matter how hard you accelerate. With many other PHEVs, once you require more energy from the motor by pushing the accelerator hard, the ICE kicks in and supports the electric motor. At the end of lap 2, we have a remaining range of 15 kilometers with 37.9 kilometers covered. This would give us almost 53 kilometers of range. The distance of lap 2 is a bit longer than in lap 1, as I did a small detour to avoid congestion caused by roadworks. Now let's see how far we can go to the end. Now you see the remaining distance has disappeared and we have covered 50.8 kilometers or 31.3 miles. One important thing with hybrids and generally with all electric vehicles is to avoid braking. Stop. What did I just say? Braking means regenerating energy back to the battery, and that increases the range. That's what we hear all the time. Well, it's not that simple. Yes, of course, when you slow down an electric or electrified car like a hybrid, at first the electric motor does the work, and in this process produces energy which is put back to the batteries. But there are two problems. Firstly, with all electric cars, in real traffic, in real life, you only recuperate about 25 to 45% of the energy you have used to accelerate and keep the vehicle at speed when you brake. In addition to the fact that keeping an electric car at speed requires quite some energy, so just let the car coast as much as possible and keep the braking at a minimum, as this massively increases the mileage. If you're interested in that, I have done several tests to compare the two opposing driving styles, regen a lot versus regen as little as possible, one of which I have already translated to English, and you'll find the link in the description box below. This test was done with the Kia EV6. That was problem number one. And problem number two is mostly for hybrids and plug-in hybrids. The electric motor is rather weak, in this case 44 kilowatts, which is no big issue for driving in city traffic, as with the high torque at low speeds it gives you sufficient power for normal driving. However, when braking, the motor normally only produces about 2/3 to 3/4 of that power. In this case about, I guess, 32 to 35 kilowatts, which means that already with normal braking, especially at higher speeds, the regenerative capacity of the motor is quickly exceeded, and braking work is done by the friction brakes. That means you don't use the full potential of regeneration. How can we avoid this? Simply by braking gently, looking ahead and trying to avoid harsh braking. Yes, as we accelerated here, the petrol engine started working and we have covered 51.9 kilometers, 32 miles, with 3% state of charge left. Well, this car doesn't show the amount of electric energy used, and I haven't found any information about this. So if you know the exact figure of usable capacity, please let me know in the comments below. I had to guess, and I guessed based on other similar cars that the usable battery capacity is around 8.5 kilowatt hours. This 8.5 kilowatt hours would result in a consumption of 16.4 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, which is roughly in the area of the Hyundai Tucson. And this makes this car kind of average in terms of efficiency, especially compared to the Ford Kuga or Ford Escape. As mentioned, I have done a fuel economy test with this car on the Ecodriver loop with empty battery to learn more about the efficiency of the drivetrain. You can find this test up here. If you want to see the other two range tests I have done with plug-in hybrids, you can find them here. And if you generally like what I'm doing, you can subscribe this channel over here. That's been it for the Compass. Thanks for watching, take care, and see you next time.